In the last class, you have learnt about applying filters, and now, as a continuation of the previous class, you are going to learn how to apply multiple filters. We can apply more than one filter to display more specific information. So, in order to apply multiple filters in MS Excel, the following is the procedure which we have to follow. First step is apply filter option for one column. Then after applying filter option for one column, second step is apply filter option for another column. And third one is only rows that satisfy both the conditions will be displayed. Suppose in the previous example, that is in the last class, I have told you how to apply filter for class. That is, I have shown you I want to see only the names of the students or the details of the students who are studying 8th class. That is applying filter for one column. And along with that 8th class, now if you want to apply the filter option for another column, you have to select that particular column. Here, what are the other columns in addition to 8th class? We have serial number, name of the student, section, father name and mother name. So in this applying multiple filters, I will show you how to apply the multiple filters. Children, in the previous slide you have seen applying the filter for class column. Now second filter I want to apply for section column. So I have clicked on the section option so that it will display all the sections which are present in 8th class, that is CAA. Now as I want to filter the section column, or I want to see the data of the students who are studying 8th A only, so what I have done, I have removed select all option there and I have selected only A section, so that what happens, totally in the Excel database we have 3 students studying 8th class, and in that particular 8th class 3 students are separate studying in C section 1 student, A section 2 students. So as I have selected section A, that is second filter option, in the second picture you are able to see the names of the students or the details of the students who are studying 8th class, and that too particularly A section. So this is how to apply multiple filters option in MS Excel. Children, till now we have seen how to apply the filter option, and now let us see how to remove the filter which we have applied already. Then if you want to remove the filter which we have applied already in Excel, first click on the filter button on a particular column. Here so many columns are there, so I have applied the filter option for class and section. So first of all, select the filter option which is beside section. Then when you click on the filter option, you will see the option clear filter from selection. That is the option which we have to select from the drop down list. So select that one and click on OK, so that filter option will be removed from that particular column. In the same way, click on the filter option which is beside class column, click filter from selection option and click on OK, so that all the filters will be removed in Excel database. Children, in the pictures 1 and 2 you can see the difference, how the data will be displayed if the filter is applied. That is displayed in the first picture. Second picture displays the details of all the students after removing the filter option. So after removing the filter option for the class column, you are able to see the list of all the students who are studying in that particular Excel database. Next option or next feature is custom filtering. what do you mean by custom filtering? It is nothing but filtering the data based on the particular criteria or based on particular condition. If you filter the data, such kind of filtering is called as custom filtering. Now let us see how to apply the custom filtering in MS Excel. The custom filter feature is used to quickly filter data based on certain specific conditions. Now if you want to apply the custom filtering, you should follow the following procedure. Click on the filter button for a particular column. As just now we have seen serial number, name of the student, class, section, father name, mother name. So based on which column you want to filter the data, you select that column filter option. Now here in this example, I want to filter the data based on section. So I'll select filter option which is beside section. So click on the filters option. In this example, I want to apply the text filter. So section contains text type of data, A section, B section, C section. So what we have to select in this section filter command is text filter. Next, from the submenu, select the required option. Next, fill in the details in the custom auto filter. So when you select the submenu, a dialog box will appear. Then in that dialog box, whatever required fields are there, you have to fill all the details. And then last point is click OK, so that whatever specific conditions you have given, all the specific conditions based on that, the data will be displayed. As just now I told you, I want to apply the specific condition for section column. So I have selected the filter option which is beside section, so that a dialog box appeared there. In that dialog box, I have selected the text filters option. Suppose if it is numbers, it will display number filters option. As if it is text, here it has displayed text filters. In that text filters, submenu is there. In that submenu, whatever option you will select, after selecting that particular option, related to that, a dialog box will appear displaying the so many options. In this submenu, I have selected the option command or option begins with. So what I want to do is, from the data which is available here, I want to see only the names of the students or details of the students who are studying in a particular section, irrespective of the class, whether they are studying 4th class or 6th class or 8th class or 9th class or 10th class. I want to see only the details of the students who are studying in a particular section. So what I have selected, the option is begins with. So begins with which section, based on that criteria I want to filter the data. So suppose I want to see the details of all the students who are studying in A section, whether they might be studying in 4th class or 8th class or 9th class or 10th class. Okay, so I have selected the option begins with, and beside that I have selected the data should start with which letter. So as I want to filter the data, sort the data, or I want to filter the data based on a section A, I have given the letter A. So after selecting this begins with option and after typing the letter A there and after clicking OK, what will happen? It will display all the details of the students who are studying in A section. So this is how the result will be displayed, children, after selecting the section filter based on the criteria that I want to see only the names or details of all the students who are studying in A section, irrespective of the class. So this is how the custom filter works in MS Excel. Our next topic is data validation. So in MS Excel, we are having a feature called data validation. This feature allows the user to set certain rules. So in order to restrict the type of data or values which we have to enter in a cell or a group of cells. This can be set by using the data validation feature. So let us see how we can apply the data validation feature. So first select the range of cells, that is a group of cells for which you want to apply the data validation. Next you have to click on data tab. After selecting the data tab, click on data validation drop down group. In this data tools group will be there, click on that. Then click on data validation button. The data validation dialog box opens up with the setting tab selected by default. So in this data validation dialog box, 3 tabs will be there. By default, setting tab will be selected, and next tab is input message tab, and next one is error alert tab. So these are the 3 tabs which are displayed on the data validation dialog box. So one by one you have to apply the details. First you have to complete or select the details in the settings tab, next input message tab, and next error alert tab. After selecting or giving all the information, then click on OK button. Children, you can see the 2 pictures here. In the first picture I have selected the range of cells. So I want to apply the rule for the cells G2 to G10. So I have selected the cells so that you can identify with blue color there. In the second picture you are able to see the selection which I have selected, that is data tab, data validation group, data validation option. So after selecting the data validation option, you will get the dialog box like this. As I told you just now, in this data validation dialog box you will have 3 tabs. One is settings, second one input message, and third one error alert. So now in these cells, as I want to enter the text type of data, I'll select the option here text length. So I want to validate the data based on the condition text length. So I'll select the option text length. So after selecting the option text length, next column is data. So what do you want to do? So here my idea is to allow the data between 4 to 8 characters. So the data what I am entering in each particular cell in these selected cells should be minimum 4 letters and maximum 8 letters. If the data is below 4 and above 8, it should display an input message or it should display an error message. So in such a way I am applying the options in the settings tab. So you can see the options here: allow text length, data between minimum 4 and maximum 8. So after applying all the options in the settings tab, click on input message tab, and in this input message tab, inside the title box, so suppose if you display or if you type the text which is below 4 characters and above 8 characters, what type of error message it has to be displayed, you have to type it here. So here in this example I have typed invalid input. So if I type the characters below 4 and above 8 characters, it should display the message invalid input. After filling the details in the settings tab and input message tab, click on error alert tab, fill the details like style, error message, etc., and then click on OK. So whatever options you have displayed or you have typed here, according to the requirements, your data validation will be done in MS Excel. Now here in this cell G4 I have typed the data ABCDEF. If you count the number of characters, the number of characters are 6. So the minimum characters what I have given is 4 and the maximum characters what I have given is 8. So as 6 is in between 4 and 8, it has accepted the data as a valid data. Now in the next example, in cell G5, I have typed the characters from A to L. So if we count the number of characters, they are above 8 characters. So as the data is not in between 4 and 8, when I pressed enter key, it is displaying the message as input is correct. Why? Because the input message should be given between 4 to 8 characters.